Today, I'm going to be talking about what I believe is key to your weight loss journey. A couple weeks ago, I went through what we could absolutely stop relying on, namely motivation, willpower, and certainty. This week, I'm covering some things that I found incredibly helpful during my journey: patience, curiosity, and belief. I'll get those timestamps listed below so you can jump directly to what interests you most. And otherwise, let's just jump right in. If I could go back and grant one gift to the version of me that felt trapped on the yo-yo diet roller coaster, it would be patience. Not her dream body or goal weight, but the patience it requires to truly be on the same page as your body. The process of testing what works for you and what doesn't, of learning what fuel makes your body absolutely hum, and discovering the foods that you enjoy that also deliver results, it's insanely rewarding. It deepens the relationship between you and your body and honors the vessel we've been given. The love that starts to blossom for your body well before any goal weight or skinny jeans are achieved is amazing. And patience ruins all of that. Gets in the way of everything. We are used to quick results, and I'm 100% guilty of being shocked if Amazon can't have a package on my doorstep within days of me making an order. But then we apply that instant gratification model to our goals, hopes, and dreams. We're easy prey for every quick fix gimmick out there. We attempt grueling workouts, we ignore very real hunger, and we don't get to the bottom of what's causing our excess weight issue in the first place. We just keep attacking the symptoms, fighting a losing battle. When you drop the need to rush results, you can shift your attention away from the symptoms and start to address the cause. Why are we overeating in the first place? If we can discover how to better serve our bodies and eliminate the foods that contribute to why we overeat, we'll make serious, long-lasting headway. But it takes the patience to ignore every latest fad and gimmick and do what it takes to figure out our own unique needs. Trial and error, sticking to it when your last guess missed the mark, and taking the time to get on the same page as your body once and for all. Putting the time in is so worth it. Next up, we have curiosity. Once you have patience, you need to get curious. I personally love to ask myself what's the easiest adjustment I can make to get me closer to my goal. Within a few hours, my brain has usually come up with a slew of new things to try because I asked a fun question. Your brain is brilliant. Let it have a crack at that weight loss journey. Ask yourself what the version of you that has her goal weight nailed does. What are some other areas of her life that help her stay rocking that goal bod? Don't settle for anything you don't love. How does she think about food? Where does that all fit in? You don't need to get specific. Just take some wild guesses. Leave space to be wrong, but get curious. Ask great questions. Stop settling for what works for someone else and start being curious about what might work best for you. Finally, we have belief. Here's the truth. You don't know what it takes to get to your goal. If you did, you'd have already done it. Take that burden off your plate. You're going to try some things that work, and you'll test some things that don't. You can just focus on the very next step of your journey and what might lead you closer to that win. But that's easier said than done. You need to believe in yourself enough to keep going. You got to have that trust that you got this. The scale doesn't always go down, and your body does some interesting stuff. It doesn't always prioritize weight loss. You need to believe in yourself enough to not quit every time something doesn't go exactly according to plan. That really is all it takes. Enough belief to not quit, to have your own back and insist on what works best for you, to trust your body and let it guide the way. Once you have that belief, nothing can shake you. If you use these 3 things to guide your next stop on your weight loss journey, I promise you won't be disappointed. I struggled with my weight for years, yo-yoing back and forth, up and down in weight for nothing. I didn't end up happy, in love with my body with sustainable results. I ended up fighting my body every step of the way, ignoring its needs and miserable for my efforts. Even when I hit a goal, I wasn't satisfied, which doesn't actually matter because those quick fixes were always short lived. Results were temporary, allowed only as long as I was willing to maintain the struggle. I want that girl to know that there's a better way to go about this whole thing. It seems so painful, but that's a choice I just didn't realize I was the one making. I want to reassure her that eventually I stop the madness and try something different. I drop the self hate and get curious about what the heck is going on. I stop blaming my body and start blaming my actions. Once I question what's driving those, the rest begins to fall into place. The journey itself can be enjoyable, it's allowed. I can think I'm totally amazing right where I'm at and still be working towards a goal. I can miss the mark and still believe I've got this. Once you open up to a different approach, it's all downhill from there. If you want some help with that next step, the one that will set up all the rest, I'd love to have you in my next Quit Sugar in 1 Week challenge.